everybody, it's CJ, and today I was lecturing all of my peers about cybersecurity because I did a presentation for World History and it was all about cyber warfare and what we can do about it, basically, kind of like past, present, future. And one of the things I did, because I had extra time in the presentation, was I decided I was going to spend about a minute lecturing all of my peers to set good passwords and to not be stupid about what you post on social media. I understand the slight irony of telling people not to be stupid about what they post on social media, but, because here's the thing. So, first off, one piece of advice. This is kind of two, things. There are a couple things kind of wrapped up into one piece of advice. But my perfect, internet advice, the most concise thing I can come up with, is anything you put on the internet, act as if it will always be there, but it might not be accessible. Which means, accessible to you, at least. Which means you should back up all your important stuff, and you shouldn't be dumb about what you put on the internet. Because anything you put on the internet will be there forever. My general thing is, anything you put online, it's if you wouldn't want to see it on a billboard, then that's bad. And also, most social media, there's a clause in that giant list of things you agree to, including, giving away your firstborn child, that, most social media sites have a clause that they can use your material, stuff you post in their promotional materials. I know for sure TikTok has that. Pretty sure Instagram has that. I'm pretty sure YouTube has that as well. So, yeah, if you do something cringy and then it goes completely viral, then you can't get rid of that. So even if it's on something like Snapchat and you're like, oh, it's going to be deleted, just don't post things you wouldn't want to see. So, the other thing is, for goodness sakes, set good passwords. And don't use the same password for everything. Set good passwords and set unique passwords. So, here's a password convention that works really well. And there are a couple different things. The one thing my dad cares about is keystroke loggers. You don't want to have something that is a ton of random characters because then it looks like a password. That being said, keyboard smash is kind of a thing. So, but here's what you do. So take a phrase or a song lyric or a Vine or a TikTok or something. Just something you'll remember. For example, Free Shavakadu, the Vine. And then leave any spaces, leave any apostrophes, add punctuation, and then do as much weird stuff as the site will allow you. Put accents on stuff, do the sarcastic, half capital, half lowercase thing. Just try not to go too crazy so that you won't remember it. But, do that. And then you have, a lot of chaos and a lot of characters. Because that's one thing that people ignore with passwords, is the more characters, the more difficult to guess a password. And yeah, that's how you make a good password. And just, please care about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is just important. And also, privacy online, that's an interesting thing, particularly for Gen Z, because most of Gen Z has had a digital footprint since we were infants. That's just kind of the way things are. And there's a bit of a reversal from the millennial thing of share everything, but do be careful about your personal information. Don't be paranoid, but just always remember, whatever you put out there, you can't take back. If you put something out there, if you choose to not put something out there, you can always choose to post it later. That's kind of the important thing, is just remembering, you can always post it later. You can't take back something once you post it. Which is just kind of a lesson I kind of wish I learned earlier. Luckily, my parents kind of protected me from being super, stupid with social media. Basically, I don't know what my parents' true intentions were. But when I was younger, middle school-ish, my dad would say, oh, you can post on social media, but I want to check it for grammar first. because I have been terrible at grammar. I didn't learn how to grammar until like 2 years ago, like until high school. Like before high school, I could not grammar. Uh, now I actually like can write decently. But yeah, so he would always like check it under the guise of grammar, and then because that was a pain, I wouldn't like ever post anything. So that probably avoided a lot of embarrassment. um, so yeah, it is a difficult thing because it is very like, especially with like there's just some like fun personal information where then it's like, oh wait, like that is a very identifiable thing. um like for example, like you've probably noticed if you've watched this channel for a while, that, take a guess, CJ is not what's on my birth certificate. However, I have a very unique name, and so I kind of like keep that as personal information, and I'm not paranoid about it, because I figured eventually if I reach any level of success on YouTube, then someone's gonna do some level of sleuthing and like find it. So I'm not like terrified of like, oh, my life is over. I don't really keep a whole lot of secrets, but as far as personal information, that's one of the most identifiable things about anyone, particularly for me. Whereas like a lot of people on YouTube will choose to do faceless channels because they don't want to be identified, and I like 100% respect that decision. Because yeah, like your face is also a very recognizable thing about you. So yeah, I don't know, like almost everyone has a social media presence of some kind of like varying degrees. So I think it's just something to be cautious about. Like there are some things I wish I was kind of more cautious about originally. Like I realized like in like a ton of my videos I'm wearing a sweatshirt from my school. It's like, oh wait, that that kind of narrows it down a little bit, and that's more of an issue of not wanting my school to be upset with some spicy takes. But yeah, so you can always choose to give out more information later. You cannot take back something. So yeah, I implore all of you to just be cautious about what you post, and also try and live a life where you don't need to keep secrets, because like, that's just a better place to be in. Of like, if the biggest secret, like you're not particularly worried about getting out, then that kind of like that makes everything a lot easier. So yeah, I just please set good passwords. If you do not set good passwords, I will not force you to change all of your current passwords. But in the future, if you do not set good passwords, I will break into your house and I will change your Wi-Fi password. So set good passwords, please. Like it is important. Cybersecurity is very important. So I implore you to be conscious of that. I will see you guys next week. Bye!